Hello, 大家好, I'm Grace. In this video, we're going to learn 10 commonly used Chinese phrases from TV dramas. Most of them are hard to understand from their literal meanings. For example, 最好是,早知道 or 话说回来. Today, I will help you understand them and the context they are used in. 那话不多说，我们现在开始吧。The first phrase for today is 我自己来. 我自己来. 我自己来 is often used when someone wants to help you do something, but you want to do it by yourself. Then you can say 我自己来. 我自己来. I will do it myself.
没事吧，曾老师？
没事儿，多大的事儿嘛！像这种小事我从来不，我自己来，我自己来。
Here, the woman is applying Alvila gel for the man, but it looks like she's pressing a bit too hard. So the man says, 我自己来,我自己来, indicating he wants to do it himself. Let's watch it again.
没事吧，曾老师？
没事儿，多大的事儿嘛！像这种小事我从来不，我自己来，我自己来。
Another example.
哎，等一下，鞋带松了。
哎，我自己来。
我来。
Here, the woman noticed the shoe's laces were untied and offered to help. He responded with 我自己来, meaning he'd handle it himself. Here is another useful phrase. She replied 我来, 我来, meaning I will do it. You can use this phrase 我来 when you want to offer help. The second phrase is 最好是,最好是. When 最好是 is used by itself as a response, it's a very informal way to show that you don't believe what the other person is saying.
13，过来跟我玩一盘，你打不过我的。最好是。
Here, the man asked his friend to play a game with him, but his friend said, 你打不过我的，你打不过我的。You can't beat me. And the man wanted to show that he doesn't believe that. So he said, 最好是,最好是. Let's watch it again.
13，过来跟我玩一盘，你打不过我的。最好是。
And in Taiwan, we often add this sentence final particle and say, 最好是啦,最好是啦。
以后我叫刘德华。唱给你听。
真的？最好是的。
喂。
The next phrase is 早知道,早知道。早知道 is often added at the beginning of a sentence to show regret. It expresses the meaning of if I had known. For example, 早知道今天这么热，我就不出门了。早知道今天这么热，我就不出门了。If I had known it'd be this hot today, I wouldn't have gone out. 早知道 is often combined with 这样 to express if I had known it'd be like this. For example, 早知道这样，当初我就应该认真一点。早知道这样，当初我就应该认真一点。If I had known it'd be like this, I would have taken it more seriously back then.
早知道这样，当初我就应该，我就把他给赢了。
早知道这样，我就不跟你吵，不跟你吵了。
早知道 can also be used in this structure. 早知道我就, 早知道我就 to express I should have. For instance,
早知道我就和他一块逃跑了。
嘿。
早知道我就和他一块逃跑了。
嘿。
Another example.
哎，早知道，我就问你了。哎，早知道，我就问你了。
But note that when 早知道 this phrase appears after a subject, It could express to already know something. For example, 我早知道他会迟到。我早知道他会迟到。I knew he would be late. And often there will be a 就 between 早 and 知道. So you can also say, 我早就知道他会迟到。我早就知道他会迟到。
虽然我们一直很有话聊，可是其实我早就知道，你喜欢的是柯腾。
The next one is 话说回来。话说回来。After giving your thoughts or stating an opinion, you can use 话说回来 to smoothly bring up a different perspective or a contrasting idea. Let's look at an example.
你怎么能拆散叶希和青丘呢？
我没有拆散他们。话说回来，这是他们自己的事情，我们谁也无法干涉。
In this conversation, the man first clarifies he didn't cause the breakup, and then he uses 话说回来 to smoothly transition to a new perspective that is the couple's personal matter, and he couldn't intervene anyway. That's watch it again.
你怎么能拆散叶希和青丘呢？
我没有拆散他们。话说回来，这是他们自己的事情，我们谁也无法干涉。
When 话说回来 is used to bring up a different perspective or a contrasting idea, it's often used with conjunctions like 不过、但是 or 可是。Let's see another example.
我爸今天他错了，不应该乱发火。但话说回来啊，就是你看，咱俩也一块儿生活这么多年，你按道理你也早就应该适应他了。
Here, the man first admits that his dad was wrong, but then uses 话说回来 to pivot to another perspective. Let's watch it again.
我爸今天他错了，不应该乱发火。但话说回来啊，就是你看，咱俩也一块儿生活这么多年，你按道理你也早就应该适应他了。
You can also use 话说回来 to transition to a related topic from the previous conversation. For example,
你呀你，笑得这么开心，却是因为我放弃你。不过，话说回来，你到底有想清楚，你真正喜欢的人是谁？
Here, the man used 话说回来 to transition to a related new topic, asking if the woman has figured out who she truly likes. Let's watch it again.
你呀你，笑得这么开心，却是因为我放弃你。不过，话说回来，你到底有想清楚，你真正喜欢的人是谁？
Now let's move on to the next phrase. 包在我身上。包在我身上。When 包 is used as a verb, it has a few different meanings. Here it means to take on the entire task. So 包在我身上 confidently expresses that leave it to me or I will handle it.
包在我身上。
包在我身上。
这能整吗？包在我身上啊！
The next one is 该不会。该不会。该不会 is used when you suspect something might happen, but are still somewhat surprised and find it hard to believe. It can be placed at the beginning of a sentence. 该不会他们都不去吧 or placed after a subject. 他们该不会都不去吧 Here are some examples.
徐泰宇，他该不会是来看你的吧？
师傅，你这样说该不会你暗恋我吧？
啊？
哎，你问那么多，该不会朵朵谈恋爱了吧？
啊，没，就聊天嘛。
Next, 少来这套。少来这套。少来这套 is used as a response when someone sees another person is acting fake or lying and they want that person to stop. They can say, 少来这套。少来这套. It's similar to saying, save it or don't give me that in English.
为什么呀？
信得过你啊，七哥。
少来这套。
少来这套啊。
People also often add 你 before 少来这套. For example,
你少来这套！哎妈，你这衣服真好看，你今天怎么那么漂亮？
你给我少来这套！
你太漂亮了，
你少来这套！
怪不得能找到像我爸这么好的老公，你太厉害了。
You might also hear people say 少来这一套，少来这一套。
小强，哎，少来这一套。
看你头发都分叉了，我们做头发好不好嘛？
少来这一套，看照片。
The next phrase is 心里有数。心里有数。心里有数 means that someone has an inner sense or a basic understanding of something, even if they don't show it or others think they don't know. So 我心里有数 or 我自己心里有数 are often used to assure others that the speaker isn't totally unaware or clueless about something.
我心里有数。
我心里有数。
我自己心里有数。
你心里有数 or 你自己心里有数 means you know it deep down or you know what's going on even if you don't admit it.
你心里有数。
我跟你讲，爷爷帮你省了多少钱，帮你赚了多少口碑，你自己心里有数。
Number 9, 也是，也是。You may have learned that 也是 can be used in sentences like 我也是学生，我也是学生 where it means to also be. However, 也是 has other uses. When used as a response, it often expresses that you agree with someone, but it also suggests that you hadn't originally thought or felt that way. It's similar to the English phrase, fair enough, or you have a point.
你不要给自己太大压力。
你认识我那么久，什么时候看过我有压力？
也是。
那么容易有新思路，谁给别人打工啊？早自己创业去了。
也是。
行了。
You can also hear people say 说的也是，说的也是 or 这倒也是，这倒也是 They are also used to express a similar meaning.
哦，说的也是啊，
这倒也是啊，
这倒也是哈。
The final phrase for today is 完了，完了。完了 can be used as an exclamation when something goes wrong. It's similar to the English phrase, oh no, or I'm screwed. For example, if you go for a run but suddenly realize that you forgot to bring your keys, then you can say, 完了，我忘记带钥匙了。完了，我忘记带钥匙了。Oh no, I forgot to bring my keys.
完了完了完了，都这么说。
完了完了完了完了。
哎，什么叫完了呀？你这孩子怎么说话呢你
？Alright, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this type of video, please let me know in the comments below. And this is my second video on Chinese drama phrases. So if you want to learn more, check out this video. I also have a playlist where you can learn more real-life Chinese expressions. I've also put a link in the description. 那如果你喜欢今天的影片，别忘记按赞、订阅和分享哦。And also, if you'd like to learn some daily Mandarin expressions, check out my Instagram, Grace Mandarin. 那我们下次见喽，拜拜。